UK Minister for International Development meets Chief Advisor Professor Mohammed Yunus, reaffirmed government's commitment to ensuring upcoming general election free, fair and inclusive. Government's decision to implement the July National Charter, a realistic step to overcome current political crises, say experts. BNP ready to fully comply with July Charter, says Salahuddin Ahmed. BNP welcomes holding of referendum on election day. It is questionable whether the July Charter will be fully implemented, though July Charter received legal backing, no moral base, says NCP leaders at a press conference. Naib-e-Amir of Jamaat-e-Islami Dr. Abdullah Muhammad Tahir calls for separate dates for national election and referendum. Gono Adhikar Parishad welcomes decision to hold elections and referendum on the same day. Chief Advisor's speech reflected aspirations of political parties and the people. Expatriates, government officials involved in election and votes of person in legal custody will be postal ballot. APP app to be launched on November 18. Israeli settlers set fire on a mosque in occupied West Bank of Palestine. Condemnation from United Nations and international community. And Bangladesh beat Ireland by an innings and 47 runs in Sylhet Test. Tigers take a 1-0 lead in two-match series. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is News at 10 on BTV News. I am Imtiaz Ahmed Siddiqui. You just heard the highlights. Let's move on to the details of those stories. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammed Yunus has reaffirmed his government's commitment to ensuring that the upcoming general election will be free, fair and inclusive. He made the remarks during a meeting with visiting British Minister for International Development, Baroness Jenny Chapman, at the State Guest House Jamuna on Thursday evening. During their discussions, the two leaders covered a wide range of issues, including the February general election, tackling illegal migration, boosting trade, the Rohingya crisis, and enhancing cooperation in aviation and maritime sectors. Professor Yunus reiterated that the election would be held on schedule in the first half of February, emphasizing that it would be inclusive and participatory with a large voter turnout expected. The election will be participatory. There will be a big turnout, he said, adding that tens of millions of young people are expected to cast their first ballots, as they had no opportunity to vote during 3 rigged general elections during the 16-year-long autocracy. The chief advisor said the Awami League would not be able to take part in the polls as its activities have been suspended under the country's anti-terrorism laws, and the Election Commission has subsequently removed the party from the official list of registered political parties. The chief advisor said the July Charter would mark a new beginning for Bangladesh, reflecting the aspirations of millions who took part in the historic July-August uprising last year. UK Minister Chapman thanked Professor Yunus's leadership since assuming charge of the interim government and commended the ongoing dialogue between the National Consensus Commission and the political parties over the July Charter. The two leaders also discussed the Rohingya crisis and the need for continued humanitarian support for more than 1 million refugees living in camps in Bangladesh. Professor Yunus said the young people in the camps are growing up without hope, angry and frustrated. We must ensure they are to receive education. The meeting also highlighted opportunities to boost trade and cooperation between Dhaka and London. The chief advisor noted that Bangladesh is purchasing a British research vessel to conduct maritime studies in the Bay of Bengal. UK Minister Chapman called for stronger aviation ties between the two nations, adding that the heads of Airbus International is expected to visit Bangladesh soon. After long discussions and various political differences, an order has finally been issued to implement the July National Charter. In his address to the nation, Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus announced that the referendum will be held on the same day as the national election. Analysts believe that the government's decision to implement the July National Charter is realistic. They also think that if the July Charter is approved in the upcoming referendum, it will help overcome the country's ongoing political crisis and establish balance in the system of governance. Analysts expect responsible conduct from the political parties in this regard. According to the July Charter implementation order, the referendum will include a single question covering 4 issues, including forming an upper house based on the proportional representation PR system according to parties' voter share and establishing a caretaker government as outlined in the Charter. Voters will cast a yes or no vote. BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed has reaffirmed the party's commitment to fully uphold the July National Charter, saying the people will not accept any imposed proposals outside the Charter. He made the remarks this morning at a silent march and rally titled "Growing Violence and Disrespect Against Women, Aware Women's Community Prepare for Prevention," organized by the Women and Children Rights Forum in the capital. BNP Standing Committee member and convener of the forum, Begum Salima Rahman, chaired the rally, while Dhaka District BNP General Secretary and Member Secretary of the forum, Advocate Nipun Roy Chaudhary, conducted the program. Welcoming the proposal to hold a referendum on the same day as the national election, Salahuddin Ahmed said such an arrangement would save both time and public money. He, however, noted that a referendum cannot itself enact legislation. The BNP senior leader later joined the silent march, protesting the rising incidents of violence against women. The 8 like-minded parties, including Jamaat-e-Islam, have put forward a 3-point demand, which includes holding a referendum before the 13th national election. In a joint press conference reacting to the Chief Advisor's address to the nation, the demands were presented today by Naib-e-Amir of Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami Sayyid Abdullah Muhammad Tahir. The event was held at the Al-Falah Auditorium adjacent to Jamaat's central office in Dhaka. Sayyid Abdullah Muhammad Tahir said that if the national election and the referendum are held on the same day, the parliamentary polls would naturally draw greater attention, while the referendum would receive less significance. The press conference was attended by Jamaat's Assistant Secretary General Abdul Halim, Sheikh Fazle Bari Masood, Joint Secretary General of Islami Andolon Bangladesh Yusuf Ashraf, Senior Naib-e-Amir of Bangladesh Khilafat Majlis Musa bin Izhar, Secretary General of Nizam-e-Islam Party Rashid Pradhan, Spokesperson of JAGPA Jatiyo Ganotantrik Party, and Qazi Nizamul Haq, Secretary General of Bangladesh Development Party, among others. National Citizens Party NCP General Secretary Akhtar Hussain has commented that it is questionable whether July Charter will be fully implemented. He made this comment at an urgent press conference about the order for implementation of July Charter held at NCP's office at Bangla Motor in the capital today. The NCP Chief Coordinator Nasiruddin Patwari said, though the July Charter received legal backing but no moral base, he called a roadmap for a referendum and elections for the government. Gono Odhikar Porishad has welcomed the decision to hold the national election and the referendum on the same day. The Chief Advisor's speech reflected the aspirations of political parties and the people. Gono Odhikar Porishad President Nurul Haq Noor said this at a press conference organized today at the party's office in the capital to share their reaction to the Chief Advisor's address to the nation. General Secretary Rashid Khan and other Central leaders of the party were present at the event. Nurul Haq Nur said that the chief advisor's speech has helped the country and the nation overcome major uncertainties, and he gave importance to everyone's opinions. He also stated that now there is no confusion regarding the national election in February. According to him, the chief advisor's announcement has clarified the election timetable. The Election Commission will conduct voting through IT-supported postal ballots in the upcoming 13th National Parliamentary election to ensure voting rights for expatriates, government officials engaged in election duties, and voters in legal custody. For this purpose, the Election Commission is launching a Postal Vote BD app. Election Commission Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed said this after the app is inaugurated on 18 November. Registration will remain open for the next 4 weeks. Expatriates will be able to cast their votes approximately 14 days before the election, and ballots will be sent 28 days in advance. Only registered voters will be eligible to vote through postal ballots. The Commission aims to ensure voting facilities for 50 lakh expatriate voters. According to EC guidelines, once registration is completed, voter information will be forwarded to the respective returning officer, who will then prepare a separate voter list. Meanwhile, government employees, prison inmates, and citizens involved in election duties will also cast their votes via postal ballots this time. However, like expatriates, they must register through the app to participate. Ahead of the verdict in the July uprising massacre case against Sheikh Hasina and other 3 accused, incidents of arson, attacks on buses, and various acts of sabotage were reported in Dhaka and across the country. As part of the alleged coordinated violence, banned Awami League men carried out crude bomb explosions and hurled petrol bombs at several locations, apparently in an attempt to spread panic among the people. A youth named Chayaf torched a bus in Mirpur last night. He later died after jumping into the Turag River while trying to flee the scene. In Faridpur's Bhanga, police recovered 32 petrol bombs from a luggage left beside the highway. Law enforcement suspect the explosives were kept there with the intention of carrying out acts of sabotage centering the Awami League announced lockdown program. In Manikganj's Shivalaya Upazila, a parked bus was set on fire, leaving the driver inside the vehicle injured. The incident occurred on the Dhaka-Aricha highway. In Borguna, miscreants torched a bus operating on the Borishal-Kuakata route near the ferry terminal area of Amtuli municipality. Outside Dhaka, incidents of arson targeting buses, trucks, pickup vans, railway trucks, and July Memorial were reported in 7 districts. Roads, highways, and rail links were blocked by fires or felled trees in these areas. Crude bomb explosions were also reported in 3 districts. Meanwhile, 36 people were detained in Shariatpur and Kurigram over attempted acts of sabotage. Despite the availability of early winter vegetables, traders in Dhaka's markets are still charging higher prices, citing reduced supply. Prices of vegetables have increased by 20 to 30 taka per kilogram compared to last week. Among the items, the sharpest hikes have been in the beans and tomatoes, while prices of eggplants, snake gourds, and radishes have reduced slightly. Onion prices have yet to come down. Sellers said the market is likely to stabilize next week once the new season's freshly harvested onions arrive. Meanwhile, sugar prices in grocery stores have declined slightly, while the rice market remains stable. The price of farm eggs have dropped by 10 to 20 taka per dozen in the market. Broiler chicken is selling for 170 to 180 taka per kilogram. According to poultry traders, the price of broiler chicken had remained stable for several months. National Security Advisor Dr. Khalil Rahman to attend Colombo's Security Conclave meeting in New Delhi next week. The government has decided that Dr. Khalil Rahman will lead Bangladesh delegation to the 7th NSA level meeting of the Colombo Security Conclave to be held during 19 to 20 November in New Delhi, India. Mr. Ajit Doval, National Security Advisor of India, extended the invitation to Dr. Khalil to attend this regional forum. The interim government emphasizes regional cooperation as a priority and has actively participated in the meetings of various regional bodies. In April this year, Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus was elected chair of BIMSTEC. He has been working hard to reactivate SAARC. Dr. Rahman earlier led Bangladesh delegation to the China-Indian Ocean Region Forum in Kunming, China. His participation at the Colombo Security Conclave in New Delhi is in continuation of the interim government's efforts to foster mutually beneficial regional cooperation. And now international news.